Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, The Lotus Land. I am Lotus, and happy to have you here with me. Um, Yesterday I recorded a video and I posted it, and feel really good all about it. Right? What's happening right now is a serious wave of inspiration because I hadn't done a video in a really long time. Hadn't felt inspired to do one either. Um, Here it is the next day after I did yesterday's video, and I work I work overnight and I work long shifts. Um, my shift last night, I was at work for at least 11 hours. I have so much energy right now. I mean, it could be the fact that the two monsters haven't been expelled yet, but no, like I have energy and I have inspiration. Not just like messy energy. So I have heard a calling for a video today, for a message to record on video for my Lotus Land channel and for my Lotus lovers. Hey y'all. Yesterday, while I was at home, I promise y'all, and this is the first time I'm sitting with this right now, so I might get a little emotional because I'm a sensitive person. I can't ignore that this happened, y'all. I cannot ignore that this happened. But it happened and I'm not tripping. Yesterday, while I was moving about my place before I lay down to go to sleep, to get ready, prepare myself for work, my night shift, I was moving around and I saw on my clock in my kitchen the time 444. Okay? This is not the first time I've seen 444. 444 has been really huge in my life lately in many different ways. License plates, I just keep seeing it. So, of course, I got to break it down. I got to process it. And I love to share some of that with y'all today. But listen, y'all. Okay? So, catching it on the clock. Okay, I've been doing that a lot. Right? Did it today at work. 4:44 a.m. because I was still at work. But yo, yesterday I was moving around my house and I promise you I saw 444 on. I gotta make sure not to talk low because I realized I need a microphone. Yeah, so I'm gonna get one. But I don't have one yet. I saw 444 on my clock in my kitchen above my stove at one point as I'm walking through. And I remember seeing it. It was like, oh, there it is again. It was not 444. The time was not actually 444. Do you want to know how I know? I'm thinking it's 444, right? So then I'm laying in bed because I'd be so disconnected. I'm a night owl, like days, time. What is that, right? I'm in bed aiming for sleep, but I'm on my phone, of course. I see 444 creeping up on the clock on my phone. I'm like, and I'm laying in bed. I'm like, because it's like 4:43 or something like that, or 4:30 something. I'm like, no. What? I had already seen 444 a while back. Actually, I even caught the clock when it was saying like 3 something while I was in bed. And I'm laying in bed. I'm like, my kitchen clock ain't messed up. Like, it's, if anything, it's just a few minutes ahead, because sometimes I run late. But I'm like, okay, did I have an outage? Maybe I had an outage. I'm in bed, right? Like maybe I had an outage and I wasn't here when it happened, and then everything got cut back on and I need to fix my time. And I'm like, but damn, it was just right, like not too long ago. Yo, I swear, this is not a joking matter. Okay, Spirit, this is not I swear. I'm laying in bed, I'm trying to put this together, like, it's not making sense to me. I saw 444 on my clock in my kitchen as I was moving through, and I caught it. Like, there it is again. It wasn't 444 yet. It was like an hour or something, the difference of time, maybe. And I know some people gonna say, well, maybe you thought you saw 444. No, I saw 444. I saw 444. So I'm in bed and it dawns on me that, hey, it wasn't really 444. You just got to see 444. And my clock is not messed up because I got up today for work and it was fine. It was fine. I went in there looking at it like just to like double check, because of course I didn't get up out of bed to go check, right? I was ready to go to sleep. But when I got up for work and let me go look at the clock. Like, is it off a little? Brushing my teeth, right? Go peek my head. I'm like, it's correct. The clock is correct. So I've been catching 444. It's been meaning many different things to me, or not many different. It's been coming in many different ways to me. I must say the way it initially started though has it drew my attention to it locked my attention in. It assisted in locking my attention in on a certain somebody. But I am all about numbers. I'm all about communication with the divine. And, you know, the divine doesn't usually speak in English. You know, you gotta have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And that I've had some trippy shit occur in my life. I have. And I often forget how special those moments are or were. And is I have to be like, Antoinette, don't forget about that. Lotus, don't forget about that. The way the name Lotus came to me, the way my family names are set up, it's so much. But this video is not purpose to go deep into like all those special moments. I'm sure I'll have plenty of space and opportunity and time to do that on this channel. But this is about going within. That's what I was thinking. Because, you know, I got home, I'm on my way home, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll do a video when I get home. And I'm like, girl, you tripping, because you know you be ready to go to sleep. And I do. I'll be ready to go to bed. And I stayed late, but I also went to work late. So, but usually I like to eat, fill myself up, and get comfortable, and just be happy, and go off into sleep, and allow my soul to do what it needs to do while my body sleeps. I've eaten. I got full comfortably. Ooh, you know what I forgot? My hot chocolate. I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, y'all, I got my hot chocolate. So yeah, I ate, and I still had the energy. I still was feeling inspired. I still was hearing the call. Definitely related to this 444 energy that I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm still figuring it out. I got a few numbers I'm working through right now, through dreams and lots of different things. But I'm hearing going within, going within, going within. And, you know, to get on here and talk about that and do a reading in relation to that topic. So I have my hot chocolate, vegan. I'm going to use my cards. And we're going to open the floodgates. See where I'm going to start. Okay, let's start again with Rumi. With a love. I'm kind of feeling like, oh, go last with this. But, okay, I'll go last. I'll do this last. This really wants to come first. My archetype deck. So if you were able to watch my video from yesterday, it was so long. And, you know, I'm sorry and not sorry because I was just going with my intuition. But if you were able to watch that, shout out to you because I was watching it back. I'm like, you are crazy. How about my little math hiccup? Okay, listen, I could do math. I was just headed down the wrong direction with the analytical processes that my mind gets into. And Divine had to stop me. Because I surely said, clear as day, 10 minus 8 is 12. Like, what? But you know, in my head, what I was thinking was like dividing 18 into 3s. So I was just all over the place, just crazy. I feel like it was just illustrating in real time, how much of heart I really am. Not just how much of that I really am, but how much of that I'm actually also allowing myself to become. Because growing up, for the past 32 years, I have majority been about mind. That's why 2020 and the relationship with it about heart was so important to me. Because I had to push my mind out of the way. Let my heart do its duty. Because duty calls. So this video won't be as long. This video will not be as long because I need to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. Alrighty. In terms of a schedule for these videos, I can't say. I'm sorry, I cannot say. I have these waves of inspiration. And again, that discipline, energy, like that whole schedule planning, which I used to be so big on. And it oftentimes just would not work out for me, no matter how much I press myself to make it work. This thing is going to be more so dominated by heart. Because that's what the energy I'm coming with in this effort for love, in this lifestyle of love, in this journey for love. Okay, so I just gotta go with my intuition, y'all. I can't tell you a schedule. I can't. But all right. We are going within. My focus in my mind, I'm seeing 444. I'm feeling 444. As I shuffle this deck, I want to let you know something I failed to mention yesterday on my video. I realized that the number 4 is very important in terms of the heart. It is. Because it is the fourth chakra. The heart is the fourth chakra. It is the one chakra that separates the bottom three chakras from the top three chakras. It is stability, right? When I was even talking about 2020, it did not dawn on me that 2020 was a 4 year. 2 and 2 adds up to 4. A heart year. That really I never caught that before I was listening back to my video yesterday. This is why I love my life. But yes, y'all, so 4 on its own is heart energy. Now this number 444 has been coming to me, like I said. So I had to do some research. And you know what? There's information out there that equates the number 444 to the key of David, which is basically the frequency of God, according to biblical theorists out there. So that's just a bit of info. But I am definitely diving into this energy of 444, and there are other numbers. But today, Spirit is making it very clear to me that it is all about 444, and then going within how these two concepts come together, the number 444 and then the concept of going within, and then of course that of heart. Now, 4 being the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, of course, heart, love, that's where all that resides, right? And in terms of going within, not just going within, but the revelation of spirituality, and even religion to basically show the flaws of religion. It all comes down to the fact that divinity, like I'm saying spirit, right? Like the spirit is all around, right? It's energy, it is love. But guess what? Divinity comes from within. Divinity comes from within. We carry the energy. We are the energy of God, Goddess, Creator, Creatrix, all of that. It comes all from within. That is the message for the day. For today, for this video. Get in tune with that energy by going within. You don't have to look up to the sky. You don't have to seek outward of yourself. One of the things that I've been intuitively led to do since I really began to tap into my spirituality is to maintain my composure when it comes to working with like artifacts, like things, like even the cards. I totally understand that these cards are not necessary for messages to come through. Honestly, it's fun for me. I love playing with the cards. I do. I love admiring the artwork and the artists. I do. They are not necessary. They're not necessary. Crystals, all types of things. Palo Santo, I have some here. Sage, incense candles. Like you can be setting ambiances and stuff, but just imagine that you didn't have any of that, that you could not access any of that. Does that now mean you can't access spirit, the divine, divinity, source? No. Why? Because it's within you. It's within you. And it is all about the heart chakra, which is why, yes, those who are without heart, those who don't operate from heart, after getting the time to be able to prune that shit. Or maybe they were just born to not be that way, and maybe just help us who do come with heart to come harder with heart. Could be. Everybody got a role, you know. But that's why they're being pruned out. That's the wheats and the tares, right? The wheat and the tares, the division, you know, those that get plucked and thrown in the fire, and those that flourish. Without heart, moving forward in this life, and I feel this strong, compelling energy to take myself seriously right now, because I can be very goofy with myself. But nah, without the heart, yeah, I just hear and feel shit's about to get really real. Like, we thought shit got real before, but you can kind of see how it didn't for real, right? Kind of like it was like a rehearsal, like when you're talking about COVID, the pandemic, you know, the George Floyd era or something, however you want to call it. I don't know. All different types of crazy things on the stage of the world, right? But look how people have bounced back for the most part. I know many people have lost their actual lives with lots of this stuff going on, actual families hurt, actual wars occurring. But there's something I just can't ignore about the fact of how we've gotten back to a so-called normal. You know, we can go to the movie theaters, we can go and shop again, we can go to restaurants again. It's like, it's almost like that stuff is a thing of the past. I mean, besides now requirements for different things, like, you know, the shots and, you know, having to be vaccinated in order to work this job or that job. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's one way for me to know that job ain't for me. You gotta make decisions somehow, and I have been a pretty bad decision maker. Like, you know, it can be hard for me to make decisions very often. So that type of shit helps me. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to be forced to do anything, um, especially when it comes to my body. Who? Not me. Okay, it's all about the within, the heart. Remember the number 4. Admonish the number 4. It just makes me want to think about or look more into the song that Jay-Z made with 444 on the clock. Beyonce and the number 4, you know, her album she had. And that's like her favorite number and stuff, right? So, yeah, I just have to feel as if I'm being effective with my words to share this message with you. 4 and the heart chakra and the 444. So basically 4 cubed. What is this saying? When you add up 4, you get, what do you get? You get 12. 12 reduces to 3. We were talking a lot about 3 yesterday. And then it says, it's not funny that 12 then reduces to 3 and you got 4 3 times. So then you got 3 coming up twice, which makes you think 33, which makes me think the spine, the vertebrae, 33 vertebrae, and more stuff, right? Okay. So that's what we're on right now. And I don't have all day because I must sleep. I must sleep. This is the first card that came out. The Bardo. So I'm going to just show it because I got a kind of a clarity for myself yesterday, or after watching my video, I need to be looking at the card, to really pull from it like this way. Okay, we got L at the top. In Greek, I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna read the book. But in Greek numerology, or Roman numerals, that it means a number. We're gonna figure out what that number is, and I'm gonna study this right now, okay? And I'm gonna read what Kim Kranz had to write about it. I can't lie. When I see the number, or when I see L, I think love. So let's see if the number that this actually represents has anything to do with love. Something is telling me L stands for 50. I have no idea. Before I open the book, I want to say I'm seeing all these skulls, right? And if I count, "24. Okay, 24, which is 12 times 2. You know what else equals 24? This other number that has come to me. Does it equal 24? What's the number? 6, 8, 16. 16 plus 8. What is that? My neighbors. Sorry. Yeah, it's 24. So I get the feeling we are definitely still talking about this uniting energy. Skulls, head, dome, kingdom. You could say death, but in the real world, like spiritual, there's no death. There is no death. There's just cycles. But these skulls represent heads, domes, and they are surrounding one eye, a big eye. And the word is the bardo. And it's L. Okay. Let's find this. What's this? What is this going on? The bardo. What is the bardo? I have no idea what that is, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Seems like it would be in this section. Kim Kranz got deep with these cards. I don't know. Where is it? The initiations. I'm sorry, y'all, for the timing. I don't study this stuff in advance. I'm very much more intuitive with this stuff. Oh, there it is. Okay. So what is this number? Gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it. I don't know. Okay, that's 15. 16. Where's the latest I can count? 23. 30. 10, 20, 30. Yes, 30. 31, 32, okay, 35, okay, 35, 36, 37, I guess it's 40, 38, 39, 9, 40. So 10 and that's 40. Oh yeah, maybe it is 50 then. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I was right. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know. Oh, I did not know. That's cool. 50. I should write that down. I sure didn't know that. Okay. So that energy is number 5. And my life path is 5. So I'm kind of all about that energy. 5 is, from what I know, 5 is the energy of creativity, play, youthfulness, enthusiasm, childhood, free, a sense of free, a sense of carefreeness, fun, you know, just kind of being in a youthful way. Yeah, like forever young type thing. Okay, the bardo. Okay, the key words, the liminal, the in-between, the transition. So I remember yesterday I was talking about how 2022 has been like a transition for me. But let's see what's going on here. All right. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. Okay, so all I can think about is that 444 situation, because that's definitely evidence of a veil being lifted, because I know what I saw. Okay. The bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. Okay. And then to continue, it is said that the bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable. This is all about love, is it not? To say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved. Wow. To let go of all the things that cause us pain. The bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. You know what song has been resonating in my mind that now has just come back up after reading that? Closer to My Dreams by, is it Sade? Sade. Yes? Or is it that other girl? Sorry that I don't remember. But I remember the song. It's Sade. No, I'm really not sure. I think it's that other girl who I can't say her name, like Penelope or something like that. I'm sorry. Um, but the song, I'm getting higher and higher, closer to my dreams. Yeah, that song's been in my mind, and then it kind of like went away, and now it's like back. Thought I felt something crawling on my ankle. Uh, Seeing the unseen, loving the unloved, forgiving the unforgivable. This is all about love, y'all. This is the energy of love. That's what it's about. That is what it's about. I'm an empath. As a real empath, and as anybody who also identifies as a real empath, you know that it can be very hard, or has been very hard, living on this earth, in this world, with it being ruled by narcissistic energy, which is pretty much opposite of most empaths. And yet at the same time, we are regularly attracted to narcissistic energy, just as it's attracted to us. We don't always feel, we often feel not handled properly by those with dominating narcissistic energy. And yet, we love. We for real be loving narcissists. Like people with narcissistic personality disorder. We for real be loving people who can't really love us for real. This thing just said loving the unloved. You might as well say loving the unlovable. The so-called unlovable, right? Because then here we come, Lotus lovers, and we change it up. And we show that the so-called unlovable is actually very lovable. Because that's what we do. So, this begs the question, is it about throwing those who are heartless, who lack heart, who lack love? Is it about getting rid of them, plucking them up, throwing them in the lake of fire? Or is it about healing? Healing them? I don't know. Because you know what's funny? Those of us who are true lovers, those of us who are true givers, caretakers, guess what? Without people to quote unquote, first word that came to mind, I must be honest, is fix. Probably not the best word, but that's the first one that came to mind. I gotta admit it. Or let's say heal, help, take care of. What would we be here for real? Yeah, enjoy, pleasure, fun, yay, be happy. That's cool. Of course, because we don't want to be healing from hurt spaces or trying to heal from hurt spaces. You know, that ain't cool. That ain't gonna work. But what about when we are in healed spaces? What do we want to do? We want to give. We want to help. We want to love. We want to pour out our goodness on others. We want to. I know I do. I know I do. Whew, this is deep. This is pretty deep. Okay. Let's get into another deck. We're going to leave this one out. Now remember, yeah, this means 50, but it's also an L, and we talking about love, so we going to go ahead. So we might have to say some more about that card as we pull others. Just want to thank y'all for being with me. Like, for real being with me. Like, if you're for real a lover out here in these streets, you know, still surviving in a very hard place. A place that's actually been pretty hard to survive in. You know, I'm sure there's many of you who have wanted, maybe many times, to end it all. If you have ever felt that way, know that I can relate. I can relate. And that's been the real fight. It's just for us to keep on being able to keep on going, because the divine is working on us the entire time and for a purpose that is beyond us individually. It includes us, don't get me wrong, but it goes beyond us. Okay, I'm using my Earth Angel deck by Stephen Farmer. Hey, I didn't even realize that that card that I pulled yesterday is the picture of the cover of the book. Didn't realize that yesterday. I like that. All right. So, love, going within, heart chakra, 444. The fourth chakra, healing, empathic energy, purpose of lovers. These are all the keys that I'm getting that is here with me right now with this reading coming through from my heart chakra for my Lotus lovers out there. Okay, I thought it was gonna give me some confusion, but I got it. Oh, it's getting deep. Oh, that's two. I'm gonna keep them both. Yep. The other one was hiding. Alrighty, we got meadow, vulnerability, and then we have ceremony, invocation. That's what I'm doing right now. Wow. Yep. Okay, so have to remember this is not just for me. I am not the only person of my kind. This is for me and others who are like me. You're called here to this earth for very special purposes, all related to making sure that love survives, fighting for love. I'm going to read. So this is for us. Okay. Meadow. We're going to do meadow first. Dang, I don't know. Fall. It's, wait, is it in alphabetical order or not? Okay. I was doing it wrong. Okay. Meadow. Remember meadow. The meadow. Vulnerability. The meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. The flowers have arranged themselves in a poetic design orchestrated by nature, and the lush, rolling fields urge us to relax and stay for a while. Yet for some, the idea of being in such an open space is terrifying. And in an expansive meadow like this, we may feel exposed and defenseless, lacking the perceived safety of an enclosed area. For others, walking through a meadow can be an exquisitely satisfying experience. We can feel comfortable in the openness and visibility, enjoying the 360-degree view with nothing but the sky above. Yes, we may still feel vulnerable, but with a twist. This is vulnerability built on the foundation of trust rather than fear. The capacity to trust our own instincts to tell us if there are any potential threats we must respond to. By relying on this instinctual knowing, we can relax and enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. You are in a place now where you can take risks with your feelings, and even more important, take risks with the truth of who you are, the truth you know in your heart and soul. You no longer need to be subjected to your conditioned fears of letting others know who you really are. Yes, others may judge, evaluate, criticize, and perhaps even put you down. These are very real possibilities. Yet, by trusting that you have the strength to deal with these reactions rather than responding adaptively and always playing it safe, you can more confidently allow yourself to be vulnerable. Always holding back from expressing your truth can create an illusion of safety, but armed with your trust and your faith, you can choose to be vulnerable and share your authentic self with the world. My heart, my heart, my heart, my heart. Ceremony, invocation. It is in sacred ceremony that we have one of the greatest opportunities to experience communion with Source, one where the perceived dualities of both heaven and earth merge into an experience of the divine. Through the use of sacred pieces that have become imbued with spiritual significance, we bring forth ceremony catalyzed by clear intention and preparation. Sacred ceremony is prayer in action. In this image, a woman kneels before an altar where a number of crystals are placed, light emanating from her hands. We see incense burning, snake spirit rests by, and various eth- ethereal, I forget how you say that word, sorry. Beings appear in a wispy shroud of light around her head. All the while, the tapestry upon which she sits appears to be on fire, symbolizing the fiery passion brought on by the intense focus of spirit that has been invoked for this ceremony. Calling spirit forth in this way facilitates a direct and heartfelt sense of relatedness to Source. Whether through indifference, depression, life crisis, or any other manifestation of mental, emotional, or physical blockages, you have drifted from the intimacy with spirit for which you yearn. It is important to do what you can to regain an experience of spiritual power that is contained within you, and all around you. Do so by conducting a ceremony, one that involves not only spirit but also material objects you consider sacred, like my cards. Set up an altar in a convenient area that is apart from your usual living space. Start with representations of the four major elements: earth, air, fire, and water, and then add just a few sacred objects. Set your intention for the ceremony, such as whether the purpose is for healing, celebration, or honoring a particular earth season or cycle. Then do an invocation to call upon your spirit guides. Breathe their presence and ask these divine beings to guide you through the process. Trust their guidance. Feel your heartbeat and keep breathing. Breath is the key to the actual experience of spirit, and creating a ceremony is the vehicle that supports this. Wow. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all, okay? I need wine. I need wine. I'm going to start having wine with me because I need to be able to, the way I describe it is drop down into my heart. Like my mind be so active, especially when I've had caffeine. And I be drinking caffeine at work. I be needing to allow my emotions to release. And it's not always easy for me to do that. But when I do, I do. Floodgates. Okay. Honestly, I don't want to go too long with this because I can already start to feel myself get like tired. This could be all the cards that we're going to use. Okay, so we have the 3 cards, and I've reordered them so that vulnerability is first, the bardo is second, invocation is third. I want to say a bit about what this means to me right now. Vulnerability. When I was reading the card, I was thinking about my current experience in terms of getting to know someone and bonding with them, and frankly, falling in love with them. That's happening because I've gone through so much hurtful experience, but definitely purposeful. I know that now. I have a lot to work through when it comes to being vulnerable. Now, I always say, I'm vulnerable. I can be open. I have no problem being open. I really don't. Like, I'm pretty transparent. But when I'm reading that, that's different. That's a different level of vulnerability that gets challenged in romantic relationships for me, in close relationships, period. But for me, the closest form of relationship so far, me not having kids, is that of romantic relationship. And what it was describing in terms of being open, trusting, um, being myself, just kind of basically giving things a chance. And that takes, for me to be able to do that, would mean I have to heal. I've been healing in other, in ways different from me healing just like through therapy or through increasing self-love. This is another level of healing for me, and probably the hardest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably the hardest. So I feel the need to, I mean, that's the information I have regarding that card. As I'm reading, that's what I'm thinking about. And I keep on telling myself, I don't mean to talk about myself so much, but I guess that's just not the right move. I tell you, my mind gets in the way very often. Because I have to pull from my experience. That's why I've gone through what I've gone through. So I can do this and pull from what I've gone through, what I've learned through going through what I've gone through, and what I'll continue to experience, pulling from that to do this work, which I actually like doing. To have the card, the Bardo, which is that transition, right? Which I'm seeing love. I'm seeing these skulls, these heads, which really I'm getting a sense of this joining of a 12 and a 12. If you know anything about the brain, then you know we have 12 cranial pairs of nerves. Oh, let me re-say that. 12 pairs of cranial nerves. um, yes. One of them being the vagus nerves, which travels down the spine. The spine, which fully grown, is 33, made up of 33 vertebrae. You know what I was thinking? This came to me earlier, and now I'm seeing this with the card again, with this card. Earlier, I was in the bathroom, maybe getting ready to do this video, I don't know, but it was after I got home from work. I had this thought, fleeting thought that crossed my mind, which said, the power of that eye that people like to talk about so much, the all-seeing eye, the eye, you know, that eye that you have to use in order to see beyond the physical realm. A thought came through my head while I was in the bathroom that said, there's no experiencing that power for real without love with someone, without true love, without divine union of heart and mind with someone, perhaps your divine counterpart. That is when the mind, or that is when the eye, the all-seeing eye, the powerful eye becomes the power of the use of its power becomes possible. And I kind of feel like that is being represented here. That perhaps this transition that we're going into, we're so getting away from the concept of I, me alone, on my own. And this is touching the emotion button because that has been me, baby. That's been me. Me. As a way to redeem myself after being so not I. Right? And it's like this transition for this next level, this next life. No. If you really want that spiritual action, that spiritual activity, you really want to commune with the divine, communicate with the divine, really get in tune with your heart chakra, where you get to really commune with the divine, where you get to really feel love, to access your love, to receive someone else's love, and then to do with that love anything that y'all want to do together. It's gonna take that. No to individuality with this new way of life for love. It's gonna be the joining of two minds, two heads, two brains. That 12 and that 12. I always wondered what 24 meant in the Bible. Like, why 24? There is no experience in that without union with another in love. For real. And then through that is how we get more into this concept and this power and this practice and activity of invocation, you know, spirituality, spiritual practicing, really communing and communicating with the divine. Like I said, me seeing that number 444 on the clock when it was not actually 444 for real in our world where I live. That number 444 did not come to me before I met this guy who, that number is a part of his license plate. For real. His where he lives, the numbers add up to 4. And I've struggled. So far, I've really struggled, and I'll get real with y'all. See, if I had wine, this would be easier to do. I'd be less mental. I'm a feeler, but I'm a huge thinker too. So I'll be in my head often sometimes, depending on the day, the moon phase, all that, and the caffeine percent, levels in my body. But here's where I'll let y'all in a little bit more, as this vulnerability card is messing with me. 103. There's a man that I love, a guy, a young man, currently, who I love, who I'm bonded to, who I can't really let go of. I have let go, and then we've come back to each other. Going on, 6 years? 6 months of us knowing each other. Currently, there's this planning going on for his birthday, which is shortly after my birthday. He's involving me in the planning process, wanting me there with him. When it was first brought up, it wasn't clear that he wanted me with him. It wasn't any talk of me. He was just talking about the possibility of him taking this trip for his birthday. And I'm feeling a little salty on the inside. We're not an official couple. I struggle with that because I've done unofficial shit in the past based off of just love. I want to say ended up bad for me, but if I'm real with myself and with y'all, I needed that experience and those experiences. But there's one that sticks out, a 12-year situation where it was mostly unofficial, but my mind and my heart all of that was very official. Very officially involved. So I often refer to that experience as not a good one, bad for me, toxic for me, when in reality, I needed that. It hurt like hell, and I needed it. So, this situation currently being unofficial in terms of the language when it comes to describing our relationship, right? What do we say? We have a bond, and we're tending to our bond, right? Because we do. I saw him today. Instantaneously happy to see him, you know. But the thing is, it's getting deeper than just, oh, how I feel about you and how you make me feel when I see you. It's getting much deeper than that. So the planning of the trip goes from him just talking about it frivolously, just whatever, and me not really feeling it, like when you talking about going out of town and I ain't hearing no invite, but of course I don't say anything. With him, I'm learning to express myself for real and to not think that I have to lose a connection just because I express myself for real. Because life as a child and growing up would, taught me otherwise. I couldn't express myself for real. When I turned 28 is when I really got to realizing the lack of my authenticity and how I had been living my life and communicating with people that I love and suppressing my realness due to trying to spare people's feelings, and all the while struggling with depression for my, in my anxiety, suicidal thoughts here and there, because I was not expressing myself for real. And this guy, regardless of his age, he's younger than me, teaches me I have that right. And just because I do that doesn't mean that he is then gonna go away. So, and I struggle with my own thoughts when I'm like by myself sometimes, like away from him. And it's funny because initially I was salty about the way he was talking about his trip he wanted to take for his birthday, and now I'm all involved because he wants me involved. And here I was like, but does he really want me involved and to come? And because he ain't said it explicitly, but it's kind of like, well, but it's happening, It's not just about the trip. It's about our bond. It's about our relationship, how it's been growing, and the way I've been dealing with it, handling it, processing it within. And through talking with him, but definitely I have a lot to be processing when I'm by myself, or even when I am with him, but processing within. Many different things that have nothing to do with him. And very often it's feelings and thoughts that I just feel like I can't say this, I can't express this. He's gonna be like, what? And he be like, no. And I be like, huh? How? How do you still want to continue. But you know what's crazy? That's when we bond the most. When I am saying those things that I was afraid to say, like the fears that I have, or the worries, or the concerns, or the wants and the desires, and this is telling me it's safe now. You safe, you good. Which really I feel very great about, because like, oh well, thanks, because I'm like, I love this boy. For real. So much so I'm ready to end this video, y'all, so I can get back to his text messages, because I know he texted me. But I had to do this. I just want to say, because this ain't just about me, it's about us. Love is not always just about, oh, happy unicorns, rainbows, joy, paradise, It's about serious work sometimes. It's about healing. It is about healing. Especially for those of us who started out life in a way that nobody should have to, lacking love as a child, as a baby, lacking that care, that nurture, protection, attention, affection, validation. It can be so hard for somebody who knows they are made for love to love. It's like, that's your purpose. And everything you've gone through kind of seems to threaten your ability to fulfill that. And if you're a lover, you all about purpose. Right? You're like, I'm not here on this earth for nothing. But then it's like, but shit, can I really do this? Because I hurt. This hurts. I'm scared. And I've been learning, like, ain't no peaches and cream with this stuff. Ain't no perfection. It's just love. But love is perfect in itself. Love is the only thing that's perfect. The person ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. But when we come together and we unite and we join forces in this fight for love. And look, y'all, that's where we're headed, That's where we're headed. And I'll be honest, I wish for as many people as possible to be able to experience this. Because I just know it's gonna mean all the world for our world. It's gonna be beautiful. And I'm grateful to be one of the participants, maybe even a forerunner, definitely an advocate for it. There's no more I. There's no more just me. And that's the thing, because I'll get scared. I'll get scared and fearful, panicky, My anxiety, my thoughts. Oh, he ain't about to play me. Oh, he doing this, and what? I ain't heard back from him. What? Who he talking to? Da, da, da. And I'll be ready to run. Track star. And I told him, I'm not running no more. I'm not running. I don't want to run anymore. And he's so helpful with that, y'all. I can't even lie. He is. Challenging too. He don't make it easy. I can't say that he don't make it easy, but he's there. So those moments though, when I'm like, ooh, I gotta save myself. Maybe I gotta back up. Maybe I gotta slow this down. Maybe I gotta, you know, I'm pulling myself back into a space of just me. Just me. And divine is like, no, love. No, not anymore. Not anymore. You have all the right to access that power. And it ain't a power for egotistical purposes. It's a power of love, agape love that you can't find on this earth. It's just too big to fit here, to fit down here. But it's like you were made for this. This is your birthright. This is your inheritance. Nothing's going to keep you separate from this, including the lies that you've been made to believe that you are better off alone. That you are better off just tending to you by yourself, trying to just protect yourself out here in this big old world. Yeah, you got spirit, but without somebody and without love with others, you're unhappy. You're unhappy. There's no more of that. You don't have to be alone. And divine does not want its children alone. That's not why we came. No, we are to join with each other. There is no mysticism, shamanism as just a person anymore, as just a one person thing. In order to experience the true power of the I, you have to let go of I, me, my, and you have to surrender to your want and desire for emergence with someone, union with someone who is meant to merge with you. That's when you'll get this power of the single I. Not by yourself. Nope. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have genders, separate genders. Everybody would just be one and we'd be able to procreate within ourselves on our own. That was a download. And that's not the case. So yes, when the Bible says, wives submit to your husbands, husbands submit to your wives, they don't like to say that part, but that's in there too. All it's saying is heart. Surrender to mind. Mind surrender to heart. Earth surrender to heaven. Heaven surrender to earth. Because we come together. We have different strengths, different purposes. different natures, talents, abilities, skills, abilities. All right, I gotta go. I hope y'all felt me. Y'all got me. Y'all getting this. I needed it. And with that said, y'all, I'm really feeling like I really gotta go now. So thank you again for visiting my channel. And you know, just keep on loving. Keep on loving. And until next time. Bye.